y'all. So Horace definitely had a checkmate on this one.
I have my sister.
My child is dead and you don't give a damn.
You can honestly keep the peace.
There is no peace to be kept.
Tell me everything you know about Kimmie.
Let's talk.
What is up, y'all? What is up? It is your girl, EJ the TV Junkie, back with my quick thoughts over Beauty in the Black. Now, y'all already know that this series has definitely been something to talk about. Beauty in the Black aired, I don't know, several months ago. We got part 1, and now they have dropped part 2. And when I tell you that Kimmie has flipped the doggone switch, she has flipped a switch, y'all, and Kimmie is on her get back. When I tell y'all that Kimmie is out here dropping bodies left and right, Kimmie, who was like a little mouse in the last one, and Kimmie, who was just like, yes, 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 and taking all the ish, is like, bump all of y'all, because y'all done took her sister. Ain't no telling what y'all out here doing to her, and now I am on one, for real, for real. I ain't even gonna lie, I loved every bit of the second half of Beauty in the Black, and we gotta explore a little bit of some of the major things that happened, because first and foremost, like I said, we had this complete and utter character shift with Kimmie, but I think once a person hits their breaking point, once they get to a point where they just can't take anymore, it is expected to have this shift. It is expected to see someone just break. This is someone that she loves, her daughter. It was one thing when you were doing this to her, you know, but it's another thing when she knows what her 16-year-old sister is going to be going through, and she was going to do everything to get her sister back. Now, was she being reckless and not listening and doing the absolute most? Absolutely. But right now, she running off a straight adrenaline, and she ain't even thinking, okay? Because this entire second half of this show, I promise you, it was all probably within like a few days. I don't know, maybe a week. All I know is that Kimmie didn't change clothes the whole entire time. I was like, dang, Kimmie, you was on a mission. She done stole cars. She done did all the things, you know. Angel was there. He was there trying to help her out, trying to make sure that, you know, that she didn't do too much crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all know Angel is Angel. Angel, he is not ride or die like Rain is. That's why I love Rain. I love Rain because Rain, it ain't nothing that you really gonna be able to do to her to get you to turn on her girl. She is there for her girl 100%. And while, yes, Angel is there, I feel like Angel can be bought, and Angel will turn in a minute if he have to. And not necessarily like wanting to turn, but he is not going to hold out on the information. He going to give it up if it's going to get him out of the situation per se. I guess we'll just say it like that. But we still have Charles, who is still up to all of his shenanigans. Charles is funny, y'all. Charles is crazy. He don't care about nothing that's going on. He just out here just living his best life, okay? All day, every day. Period. And then we have Barney, who is out here doing the absolute most. I wasn't really able to tell like where his loyalties actually lied in this. Was his loyalties with Horace, or was his loyalties with the other half of the family? Because it seems like he runs back and tells everything. For him to supposedly be the family lawyer per se, or, you know, the business lawyer, you would think that his loyalties would lie with Horace. But I don't know if it's because he loves Charles so much. I don't know if it's because of that. I don't know exactly what it is, why Barney seems to straddle this line. Does he really work for Jules when it's all said and done? Who the hell does he actually work for? Because he definitely is not working with Horace, in my opinion. Especially if you're backdooring him every single time we look up. And then, of course, we find out that Mama Bellery is doing the absolute most. Mama Bellery is out here. She's like, look, I got to do what I got to do. When she made old boy get in that bag, and then they pop him in the bag, she said, you're not finna get no blood on my floor, okay? Because that's not what we finna do. You finna get up in this bag because you done jacked up. Because we learned that it was actually her that did the whole setup with Horace, because they trying to get rid of Horace. Like, she wants everything. It's not good enough that she has a cushy life, that she does have money. She wants all of the money. She wants it all. And she is just like not going to stop at it. And the crazy part about this to me is that you married into this family, and yet, yes, I get it. But at the end of the day, technically, this was his father's company, and now you want to take over his company. You're getting money. And she don't feel like that's enough for her. She want him to suffer and pay. And I'm just like, dang, you is diabolical for real, for real. So it is what it is. And now it feels like everybody's starting to find out about Kimmie because everybody has been looking for Kimmie. Mallory's crazy behind, done figured out about Kimmie. Kimmie done went and pushed Roy out the doggone window, which was the highlight of that episode for me. I was like, okay, Kimmie say she is not going to do this no more. You done humiliated her enough. You done had her doing all these doggone things. Listen, you about to get humiliated. That's what's about to happen, okay? You about to drop out this window. Get into that. So I was like, okay, I was here for all of it, you know? And then some of the other major things that we see, we learned that her sister definitely went through a time. We learned about her trifling mama even more. Her mama actually sold her sister to them. They didn't just walk in there and kidnap her. They actually sold her. And then when Kimmie went over there to get back from them, her and the stepdad get into it. And Angel had to come in there and save her with that shotgun, you know, because she was getting tossed around. But I mean, you know, but she did give a little bit. I feel like Kimmie is going to spin the block on this in some way, form, or fashion. But I mean, the kicker is that when it was all said and done, Kimmie was able to finally sit down and listen to Horace, because I'm just like, listen to this man, listen, because Kimmie is just running off of all of this. I don't trust nobody. But this man really hasn't done anything to you. You won't listen to him. He clearly don't know what's going on, because if he was the person that was the boss, I would feel like a lot of the people in the club would have known him, like a lot of the head people. He's sneaking into this club, but I feel like Body and Delinda would have probably most likely maybe known who the boss really was. Maybe because he might have wanted to stay silent too. I don't know. I mean, he is a big name, has his big company. I mean, there's so many different things that can go down with that. I'm just trying to figure out why Kimmie is taking so long to be like, okay, let me just sit down and listen to him. Let me see if I can trust him, because clearly you need some help, because right now you're just dropping bodies left and right and you leaving them all over the place at this point. So I don't know. But anyway, Jules gets caught up, and Horace finally has to step to him in order for him to help Kimmie, to help her get her sister up out of there. He comes in there, and then Jules tells this big old lie as if he was coming there looking for Kimmie because it was all about the Roy thing. But Horace already knows the situation. And then we also find out that Roy was also in the club situation with him, that he was part of this business. Of course, we have Norman, who was part of the business. Like, everybody is doing all these illegal things. And there's this ironclad will that says that people can't commit felonies. People can't be unalive under suspicious circumstances. I'm just like, oh, Lord have mercy. This man knew who his family was, and he definitely was going to make sure that not anybody was going to be able to get his money. So I was just like, okay, I'm not even mad at Daddy Bellery for this right here, because all of these jokers are diabolical and crazy when it all comes down to it. The way Mallory and Roy go back and forth, the way they cannot stand each other, but the way that she pretends is just crazy to me. And then we had, I can't think of what her name is right now. It's not coming to me, but the driver and his little boo thing that both work for Jules as well. It feels like something is gonna, like, it feels like she's gonna do something to him, because she's really upset about the fact that, you know, he's sleeping with Mallory, and I guess he was upset about the fact that and I'm just like, y'all both doing too much for me. Y'all both under Jules. Y'all both probably owe him a debt. How about y'all just work together to try to get out this situation? It was just too much. But anyway, y'all, the big kicker when it was all said and done was that Horace finally convinces Kimmie to listen to him, and he wants to marry her. He wants to marry her because he can't stand his sons, because his sons are trifling. Although I do like Charles. Roy, piece of work. But he just can't stand them. He feels like they're lazy. He feels like they don't know how to work. He feels like they're more like his mother than they are him when it's all said and done. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what parts of her exactly, because those cutthroat parts of her, they something else. So anyway, Kimmie finally agrees to do this because it's going to help everything. It's going to help her sister be able to stay there at the hospital that she wants her to be at, because they was trying to transfer her the heck up out of there. And she'll be able to have access to money, and she learns that the will keep her safe. I was just glad that Kimmie was smart enough not to follow Varney, because when he was trying to get her to get out there in that lobby, she like, why you keep trying to get me to get out in the lobby? She's like, I'm not moving from this spot. Why are you trying to get me to go over here? I was just like, absolutely not. Thank you, Kimmie, for being smart. And then when it was all said and done, listen, they finally bogarted their way back there to the back, only to learn that Roy been sleeping with his stepmama. Because guess who is the mama now? Because we all knew that it wasn't for anything else. It was simply because of what he wanted, which was to stick it to his family and to make sure that they do not get their hands on his money, because that's what he doesn't want. He's like, look, no, they don't deserve it. And I feel like if anybody deserves it, Kimmie deserves it, because Kimmie done went through hell and high water. But what I want to know is, who is this person that he trusts to teach her everything? Because I know the hell it ain't Varney, because Varney is full of ish. So it has to be somebody else, and I would love to know who that person is going to be. But overall, I really enjoy Beauty in Black. To be honest, like Beauty in Black, to be honest, I sat there and just watched episode after episode after episode. Didn't even realize that it was already over just like that. It was such an easy watch because it kept you engaged, wanting to know what was going to happen next, So I definitely was here for it. Can't wait to see when we gonna get the next half. I don't know if it's gonna be a third half of this first season, or if we're gonna go into season 2. I don't know. You know how Tyler Perry likes to do like a gazillion episodes, but I'll take it either way. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about Beauty in Black. What did y'all think about him having this big old checkmate and marrying Kimmie, and now her actually being the boss, her being the head of the company, her being Mallory's boss, for crying out loud, her being everybody's boss? This is going to be straight up crazy, y'all. I cannot wait to see what is going to go down. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below. Meanwhile, guys, if you like the video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, subscribe to the channel, do all the things, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
Are you gonna be